Well, good afternoon. A long day, let me tell you. A long, long day. Today is Thursday, September 26th, and we have two birthdays. Today is Stephanie Ross Brown's birthday. So, Stephanie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephanie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Sydney's birthday. So, Sydney, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sydney. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you both have a great birthday. I know I'm a little punch drunk, crazy here right now. It is 20 after 4 in the afternoon. I have been up since 3:45 this morning. I went to bed at midnight. I knew I couldn't go to bed earlier than that. I had to bring my sister Denise. She had a hysterectomy today. So we had to be at the hospital at 5 in the morning. We had for her surgery, which was at 7:30. I don't understand why we had to be there 2.5 hours beforehand, but we had to be there 2.5 hours beforehand. So the only good thing is we got a really good parking spot because it's a big hospital. So when I finally went to get the car to bring her home, it was easy to get to the car. It really was. Getting out of the hospital was another story. I got lost, and I ended up in the front of the hospital, and I had to walk all the way around because rather than go back into the hospital, I just walked around the outside. So I got my steps in today. Let me tell you, I got lots of steps in. I have right now, let's see how many steps I have. 8,472. A lot of steps. So I got a lot of my steps in at least. But I did a little bit of walking while she was in surgery. Her surgery went well. They said it would probably be, they said that the very minimum would be 2.5, the maximum would be 4 hours. It ended up, it was like 3.5 hours. So it kind of got close to the maximum. But everything checked out. They did a quick, biopsy and all that. There was no cancer cells or anything like that. She was having a problem with the thickening of her uterus, and they were just, because my family has a history of they just thought at her age she wasn't going to have any more kids anyhow. She's 64, so she's kind of done. So they wanted to do this, and so that's why she did that. And then, so then the doctor came out and talked to me, and she said she did really, really well. So she should be in recovery. I tried to tell her that she should stay, but she wants to go home. She's insisting. She said, but she'll probably be ready to go at 1 o'clock. And I said, oh, okay, that sounds good. So then Gary had to work today, and so he called me about 12:30, because he's a bread guy, so he starts work at like 3 in the morning. So he said, well, I'm home. I already took my shower. I already had my lunch. I'm on my way up there. And I go, Gary, I says, it's kind of silly to come up here because it's like a half hour, 45-minute drive to get there anyhow. I said, because she's going to be getting released in a half an hour, so you'll just be getting her in the truck and then bringing her home. It's kind of pointless. I'll just stay. So he said, oh, okay, you sure you don't mind? I said, no, go take your nap, because he always takes a nap when he gets home since he gets up so early in the morning. And so then I just got my book out and started reading. And then the next thing I know, it was like almost 2 o'clock, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And then I put my phone on silence. I don't know why. And they were calling me. So I went up to the counter, and they said, oh yeah, she has some prescriptions you need to fill from our pharmacy downstairs. And then when you come back, we'll release her then. And I said, oh, okay. So I went down and I picked up her prescriptions. I came back up, and then Tom, his name was Tom, was behind the counter, and he said, they said that she's not ready yet, so might as well just sit back down. So I said, okay. So I sat back down, and then it got to be like 2:30, and I thought, oh, what's going on? So then I went back up to Tom, and I said, did they forget about me or something? And so he called, and he said, well, you can go sit. I'll bring you back there. You can go sit with her. So I said, oh, okay. So I went back and sat with her, and I guess that she was getting nauseous and sick from the anesthesia. And she was getting dizzy, and they didn't want to release her. So until she could breathe in that little breathing machine thing that they give you, and she could stand up by herself and that she knew what was going on. So we left the hospital probably about 3:45. So I just dropped her off at the house. She's moving slow, but she's feeling good. But it was a long day. Of course, you know what? I'll talk to anybody. I talk to everybody in there. I know I know what they were there for. They're significant. I didn't ask. They just volunteered. I guess they just have that kind of look like, you can tell me anything. So they told me, and I thought, yeah, okay, whatever. But, and I didn't, all the thing I brought a payday candy bar. Because I thought, well, I'll just get the nuts. I'll eat the nuts. I know, make an excuse for a payday candy bar. Because I didn't want to eat in the cafeteria. I didn't want to leave in case there was a problem. I didn't want to bring food because then you look kind of desperate, I think, sometimes. Although, you know what? I brought food before for long surgeries. That I brought like a packed lunch or something. And, but I brought the candy bar, and I had the candy bar like about 8 o'clock in the morning. Let me tell you, I'm hungry now. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to have a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Is my plan for dinner, and then a glass of iced tea, and then I have some peaches in there. I think I'm going to have a peach. My plan. And I'm going to try to stay up I'll probably go to bed. This is like the perfect time to get on a normal schedule, like everybody else does. I was making fun of Edie on my comments because her everything she ate in a day vlog or a full day of eating. I was watching that while I was in the surgical lounge waiting for Denise rather, and she was saying it was my perfect day. It was my perfect day because it was like dark in the morning and they'd put the lights on and all that. And I thought, I said I haven't had a perfect day like that in a long time around here because it's either raining really late at night or really early in the early morning, which is like 9 or 10 o'clock. I don't wake up till like 9 o'clock, 9:30. I don't get out of the bed till like 10 or 10:30. So by then I don't need to put a light on because I'm just getting up anyhow. So I was teasing her. And then Joan had my perfect day the other day too over at Rise and Shine Suburban Homesteading. Everybody's having my perfect day. I just haven't had it lately. I don't know why. It's just not right. It's just not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. So, I'm a little punch drunk here. So. Anyway, I'm going to listen to some music now and get on with the rest of my day. Jim and I didn't watch anything yesterday because our Tigers are almost on their way to the pennant, or not the pennant, the playoffs rather, the playoffs. They got between them and Minnesota, we got 3 is our magic number. We have to win 3 or we have to win 1 and they have to lose 2, or I don't pay that much attention. I'm not that big into baseball. Jim's really excited though, I know that. The guy across the street that has the blue lights for the Lions, which I told him that it was for Harris. Anyway, he's got the orange lights up for the Tigers now. So, anyways, so Jim was watching the Tiger game last night, so we didn't watch anything. So I'm going to watch Survivor tonight. I did watch Big Brother yesterday, and but we didn't watch any of the other things. And then today's football, so we'll be watching football. So when I get home, I'll watch Survivor at least, and we'll see. All right, that's going to do it for now. Like I said, everything's doing well. Tomorrow I have my appointment with the dermatologist. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know. And in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we'll talk again tomorrow.